All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about dealing with uncertainty. Those uncomfortable feelings, not knowing what's going to happen, then starting to play a story in your mind that if this happens, then that will happen, then this, and then that. I'm sure no matter who you are, we've all been there before. And I actually want to share a research study with you. So scientists have actually done this research where they had two groups of people. We'll call the first one Group A and the second one Group B. They told Group A that you're going to be going into a room and be tied to some electric shock, and there's a 50% chance that you're gonna get shocked. Then they told Group B that you're gonna go to a room and there's gonna be an electric shock, and there's a 100% chance that you're gonna get shocked. Believe it or not, they measured the vitals of these two groups, and the people in Group A who had a 50% chance of getting shocked were actually more anxious than the people in Group B who knew for a fact they're going to be getting shocked. So as you can see, our brains do not like uncertainty. They'd rather be sure of a negative outcome than to not be sure if that negative outcome is going to happen or not. So, if you're going through something that's causing you some uncertainty, whether it's about a business, a school, a relationship, a loved one's health, I just want to let you know right off the bat that you're not alone. And I'm sure you've been through other uncertainties in the past and have gotten over it, and you will continue to do so as well. A quote that comes to my mind just now by sharing this with you is, "This too shall pass." And I almost now look at life as this journey of different uncertainties, and in between you have little breaks. Take this from someone coming here to Canada as someone who's an immigrant, having to leave family behind, my dad having to start from zero, me myself being a science student and then starting a YouTube channel. There's been lots of uncertainties in my journey, whether this will work or whether that will work, whether it's a loved one's health. A lot of the times it's not even about school or money or financials. It's more about, will my mom make it through? Or will my dad make it through? And that's a tough spot to be in. And so I want to say, if you're that person who's dealing with a health issue of yourself or a loved one, or starting a business or going to school, or have moved to a new country and not sure about your future, I want to let you know that one thing that's helped me is taking it one day at a time. As long as you're putting one foot after the other, you have my respect and you're doing everything you can. There's no strategic make sure you eat this food and you'll never have uncertainties again. From a scientific standpoint, when you're worried, when you're anxious, there's a lot happening, the fight or flight response. And so I'm not going to really get into the science. There's plenty of science articles about anxiety out there. I'm going to share with you just raw from my heart what I believe in now that's really helped me compared to before when I would get worried. Right now, guys, I'm going to be honest, there is a lot happening in my personal life with health issues and the future, but I'll tell you what's really keeping me together, because if it was my version before, I would not be as cool as I am now. And to be honest, that's believing in God's plan, believing that there is a higher power that will take care of you, and He has done so before. God says, "I take care of the birds and the worms. What makes you think I won't look after you?" So you need to believe that there is a higher power. I know it's hard. I know you might be thinking, what is this guy's shenanigans? This religious stuff doesn't really suit me. And I was one of those people too, and so I just ask of you to keep an open mind, because I know the old version of me would maybe even laugh at this video. But for your own sake, keep an open mind and just understand that there is an orchestrator in this world. And a lot of the times, guys, you might be going through a rough time that ends up helping you. You go through a problem, and when you're in the trenches in that problem, it's really tough. But a couple months or years go by, and you can now use that problem as an opportunity to help other people and get paid for it. You can start a business because you had this problem. So it's called a blessing in disguise. So I want you to look at that situation that you're uncertain of and know that God's molding you to become a better, bigger version of yourself. Someone that's more tolerant, more patient, more understanding of other people too. Sometimes we don't have enough respect for other people or empathy until we go through what they went through, and then we look back and be like, wow, that's what that guy was going through. I wish I was more kind to him. You see what I mean? A lot of the times we can't understand other people's situation or have empathy unless we go through this ourselves. I reflect on when I lost my uncle, and only now I can realize, after some health issues, what his family was going through or what the people around him were going through. So just know that this experience that you're facing is going to make you learn a lot, and then you can use that learning later on to help other people struggling with something or to add to your own pool of knowledge. So I want to end this video off by saying God's got your back. Search about him, allow him into your relationship, have a relationship with him, and prayer has really helped me. There's no worry when you understand that there is someone higher looking after you and that he has a plan for you, because he does. Then you're just like, you know what, this is tough and I don't like it. The feelings are kind of weird, but God's there, right? So you can offload that burden to him and know that he has the best interest in mind and he knows about your life and everyone else's life. So who better to give it to? Okay, and if you're still watching, I want to say I love you. I know those feelings are not easy. I'm here for you. God's here for you, and would love to hear your comments. What are some strategies you do when you're faced with uncertainty, and what are you going through right now that's causing those uncertain feelings? You are clothed in strength and dignity, and you laugh without fear of the future. Keep building those miracle relationships, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.